Morning all, and welcome back to the workshop. This time I'm going to make a wooden handle to replace this plastic handle for this garden trowel. It's a slightly strange design. I've never seen anything quite like it, but I've got a rough idea what I want to do with this, how to get around this issue, but yeah. I've got a nice chunk of ash which I think will do the job, so let's get on with this, shall we? Right, so I'm just going to put it between centres and I'm going to get this down to a tenon. I invested in a 3/4 skew. I've got a 1/2 inch skew and I don't know, it's an inch or an inch and a quarter. I can't get on with that one, but so we'll give this a go and see how we get on. So let's get on to this. So that's this tapped off. I thought that's going to be a bit more difficult than it was, but it came off rather easily. The outside is call that 27, and the inside is 22, 2.5, something like that. Yeah, about that. And this section is measuring ish at 22.7 again, so I'm going to shoot for 22 because I haven't got anything any bigger than that. I might have to open it out a little bit so that we can sort of force it in. But then the other dimension that I'm just curious of is, what could we get in here? About 16-ish again, because what I'm thinking is that will go into any hole I put in here, but there's not a lot to stop it coming out, so I'm hoping that I can then drive a dowel. Oh wait, let's see if I can show you. Well, let's put that down. Trying to drive a dowel down here inside of this and inside of the hole to sort of help to trap it, but we'll get the hole in, go from there. I think that's probably the best plan. Yeah, you can see that. Good. Right, so what I'm thinking is that I'll be able to tap this from this end and drive it in, and it should actually cut into the wood, and I can also then find a dowel I can jam in here at the end. So yeah, that worked out a lot better than I was expecting, so that's good. Right, so now we can start shaping. Right, I think what I'm going to do is we'll just bring this down to a clean surface so I can get a bit more practice with this as well. So. What I'm trying to do is I'm probably going to call that a bit like they've done, and all I'm marking there is just the centre of this length, because I'm going to cut it off somewhere around about here, because that's quite a nice length anyway. I'm probably going to go quite a bit thinner than this, but I'm just making this up as I go along, so I have no idea. It's all relative to a change, but we'll see. I don't know about you, but I'm right-handed, so I can do that, but then I want to change hands, and I cannot seem to do that, as I'm sure you've just seen. So if anybody knows how it's done, please leave it in the comments. I'll take this down just with this for now. A lot more practice needed, I think. Right, I think I'm going to, as rough as anything there, that I just can't seem to get it, so I'm just going to tidy this up and we can finish up. I'll sand it for what it is for this one. Right, I'm probably going to sand it, so we'll be back in a minute. Right, that's it, just finished up to 180. It is only a utilitarian sort of thing. It's a nice smooth finish. Didn't take too long to get my poor machining out of it, but yeah, quite pleased with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to part it off so that we can turn it round. I think I'll put a finish of some kind on it afterwards. Probably not the prettiest thing in the world, but if it does what is required of it, then yeah, I think I'm gonna see if we can get that on make a little jam chuck for that to finish the back off. So I'll find another piece. I don't think that's really big enough. I don't think. Let's have a look. Don't know. So let's see what we can get out of this. Right, just got to find something to push into the end of that and I can deal with that. Right, so I've got that running fairly true, so we'll put a bit of scrap wood into here. Oh, see if we can get that running a bit truer than that. That's not bad. We'll go with that. Right, just give that a quick sand up and I'm happy with that. I think that should clean up okay anyway with just a bit of hand sanding. Right, so off camera I have just been having a little look at, I mean, yes, it hardly seems worth some of this, but this trowel just lives out in the garden and gets used for all sorts of things, but that goes in quite tightly, but unfortunately there is that, I'll show you, there is a bit of movement there, and I've been having a bit of a measure of what to actually get down there, and a 16mm dowel unfortunately is too loose. And I think what I'm going to have to do is make a sort of an oval dowel. So I'm going to start with make a little 20mm dowel, and might have to shave the sides to fit to drive it into. But I think for what it is, I think it will do quite handsomely, let's say. Right, so right, so that's our dowel. That's where we're going to try and force it into. That looks like that might. I don't want to force it in yet because I want to put a finish on this. Probably boiled linseed oil or nothing too fancy, but yeah, I think that's going to work. So what I will do is I will put some finish on the handle and bring you back when we get to final fitting. Right, so we're back in there. That's nice and tidy, and I have cut a little tiny stubby bit which I'm hoping that will fit in there, and I can, with a bit of luck, there we go, go a bit further actually, hopefully you can see what I'm trying to do. Alright. It still moves, so I think we'll go with the whole hog on the. Looks like we need to make a bigger one. As you might have just seen there, actually, my original piece was actually too small. So we're going to try again. So off camera I've actually remade a, where is it? There it is. A new piece. Now this one I've actually, see if I can get to show you, come on focus, probably not. I filed a flat both sides, and I'm hoping that now that if I line the flats up properly, I will be able to drive this in. This is yeah, I was hoping that this was going to be a piece of ash, but it's not, and I'm hoping that I can drive that in. Try and show you a bit better, sorry. Try and drive that in and just jam it in there, with this being a bit softer, it might actually work in my for me, I should say. So let's see if we can get this in. Well, it's gone in and it is rock solid. I'm glad I didn't actually make that. I was almost considering making that a little bit smaller, but I'm glad I didn't. So, I don't know whether you can see down there, it's not exactly the best of fits, but for what this is, I'm going to live with that. Relatively pleased with it. It will do for what I want out of it. So, hope you've enjoyed this. Hopefully you've stuck with this one. Not the most entertaining or the most entertaining subject, let's say, but we all have to do repairs and stuff, so I will see you on the next one. So take care. Thanks very much. Jeff.